Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Widgets and Wonders. This is my show about great products from small companies. Now today we're going to take a look at the Made for Dark Age series from Warsenal. This is a series of products specifically designed to be used for Dark Age and to augment your gameplay experience. I was lucky enough to be able to hook up with Bill at the Cool Mini or Not Expo, and he showed me a whole bunch of the new stuff they designed for the game. So I've painted basically all the stuff specifically designed for Dark Age up, and it's here on the table ready to go. And I've also left some of it unpainted so you can get an idea of what it looks like if you were to order it and be working with it. So let's take a look at we've got some templates, we've got some objective markers, some scenery stuff, some base inserts, little gizmos from Warsenal, specifically made for Dark Age. So here we go, let's take a look at this stuff made for Dark Age. So first things first, let's look at the templates and tokens. So there is of course a printable template set that you can take off of the Dark Age website, and the new Path to Glory Star set also comes with a very cool cardstock one, which is nice and sturdy as well. But Warsenal, if you don't want either of those things or to go those two routes, sells a nice hard acrylic Dark Age logo template set. So there is the Dark Age logo right there, print on all of them. And they have a few different colors, of course. They come in everything from fluorescent green through red, through all kinds of stuff. So whatever faction you could play, you can pick one that's generally sort of like appropriate for your faction. So all the templates are here. You get your stream, spray, 1, 2, and 3 inch blasts, and that's ready for you to rock and roll and play some games of Dark Age right out of the bag. And then we have objective markers. Now these are super cool because it's all licensed. Specifically for Dark Age, you've got the ability to have all the faction logos on here. And so what I have is I have all of the Papa Joe stuff, because as we all know, the cult of Metamorphosis and Father Johann is my boy, in whether he's in his Forsaken mode, which is the sort of the scorpion symbol over here, or the Scarred mode, which is the drill head logo. I've got one for every objective. Now you get 3 in a bag. And the idea is that if you show up to like an MTI or a tournament, everybody's supposed to have 3 objectives, and you place your own objectives when you place them. So I think the maximum objectives in any MTI mission is 6, or the rulebook missions is 6, and so 3 is perfect. Some of them range from like 3 to 4. So you get 3 in a bag. You can pick the faction logo you want. You can always double down and just get 6 as well. I specifically picked the ones for St. Johann because he was the guy I was playing at March to Immortality 2016, and of course, when the new Scarred book comes out, he'll be the guy I'm playing forever. No, I'm just joking. And those are the acrylic templates. That's some of the acrylic stuff you can get made for Dark Age from Warsenal. Then over here, we have some objective markers. And these are cool 3D objective markers. We've got the slave cages. You can imagine a variety of factions in Dark Age using these, from the Forsaken hanging heretics out in them just to bake in the sun outside of New Ashkelon, to the Scarred putting them in there to, you know, just like season a little bit before they eat them because they're crazy cannibal robot people. These could be used for all kinds of factions. I painted them sort of neutral, and they come actually off these bases. So what's cool about these here is they have 40 mil bottoms, and I've just white tacked them onto some of the inset Dark Age bases, and they make perfect size objective markers. So when you buy them, you don't get these bases, but you can just pick up a base pack from Cool Mini, and then you're ready to rock and roll, or just stick them on 50 mil bases or 50 mil tokens or whatever to have them be the right size. So they're designed to basically fit into the bases, and then the bases are available separately, or you can just mount them on a 50 mil base yourself. And they're ready to rock and roll. They're a combination kit of both MDF and plastic. You'll see the plastic when you see some of the Scrounger base inserts, but they're super nice. So there's painted with my airbrush, then weather with some weathering compound and highlighted, and they're ready to rock and roll. There's 3 different ones. You got your little cage, your medium. This one I imagine, like I'm trying to figure out the story for this one. I'm pretty sure this one, they feed coals underneath it. So the guy's sitting inside it, and then this down here is a little furnace that they feed coals in through the hole so it heats up, and like he's sitting on like an incredibly hot metal surface. This one's just kind of like the friendly cage, and this is the nauseating one where you're like swinging around because it's sitting on chains basically. It's almost half gibbet. And then over here, for the MTI 2017 mission Convoy Control, or Caravan Control. It's one of those things. It's Convoy or Caravan, both those words mean the same thing to me. Basically, the scenario pack states you need to have a surface this big. So I believe it's 3 inches by 5 inches, and that's the thing you're trying to control. So this actually comes in the kit. You get the cork base, and you get the piece of acrylic base to actually mount it on. And I painted mine to match the variety of desert mats that I have. And I also kept this separate. You could glue it down, but this is the actual caravan piece. So this is like a supply cart. You can see it's been like pushed together basically out of junk that's been found in the wasteland, full of supplies, building materials, whatever. And this is what the 2 armies are fighting over. And during the scenario, you push it around. I left it loose and actually left all the supplies loose in it too. So I'll just use it as like a cool scenery piece because it's a very like Dark Agey post-apocalyptic scenery piece. you get all the stuff that comes inside of it. So you get all the containers. That's part of the kit. I pinned them all separately and stuff like that. You even get the planks, and then the actual cart itself is even articulated. You can turn the wheels. This is the front end because obviously this has you imagine humans are probably pulling this. Like maybe the Outcasts have some animals that pull it, but I imagine in New Ashkelon it's cheaper just to use human beings to pull your carts than it is to breed animals. And this stuff makes just a great scenery piece on top of that. So all 3 of these, or 4 of these, I guess, both kits could be useful just as Dark Age themed scenery, or you can use them for the objective markers that they're supposed to be as well. To give you an idea, all of the circular stuff, because it's MDF, right? It's weird to see circular stuff. It all stacks. So you can see here's one of the unbuilt kits of the oil drums. So I haven't built this one yet because I wanted you guys to see this, sort of like the way that goes together. There's central pieces, which is the ribbed ones that are sticking out. And then the middle is all in MDF, and there's a peg that runs through it all. So this one we'll build, because I believe it's 3 for every 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can buy this one separately. This is an oil drum kit, which is useful for like the Comanche bases and stuff too, but it's also integral to Dark Age. So there's all little pieces off there. And then the last kit I'm going to show you is the Scrounger base inserts. These are custom base inserts. They come in all different sizes, everything from 50 mil to 40 mil to the 25 to 30 mil base inserts, basically, and they're designed to either sit on top of a big wad of putty if you're going to use them in the inset ones, or they'll sit on top of the new flat bases, because Cool Mini is moving their inset bases, like these are set in over here, to a flat topped base like the ones that come in the March to Mortality set, and these fit perfectly on top of them. So if you look at these guys, I think the 2, because these are from the starter set, these 2 fellas, the controller, and one of the 2 Ajax suits, probably this one, are on the flat base inserts, and these ones are just filled with putty and then put them on top of. And they come in clear cut acrylic. So this is the 80 mil one because I haven't used it. I wanted to show it to you guys. And it's usually in layers. There's usually a base piece and then layered bits that you put on top of it to give it like the texture, like the stuff running over top. And it's great. Like, they are fantastic. They're super easy to paint. I just airbrushed them, used some weathering compound, and gave them some edge highlights, and they look fantastic. You know, you can get up close to them there. They look fantastic, super beat up, and they really add a lot to the look of the miniature, because they're you could high tech these up if you want to, and probably use them for like a more techie game. Like, they make like great Star Wars bases probably too, but they really fit the Dark Age aesthetic. So there it is. 3 separate things: the Scrounger base insert series, the Convoy, the big caravan cart for convoy clash, convoy control, and then the slave cages. And I'll link all these in the description below. These are the model kits, and then of course there is the template set and the objective markers available from Warsenal. And there you have it, another great product from a small company. Of course, if you want to check all this stuff up, just check below and you can find links for all the different products in the Made for Dark Age section. Big thanks to Bill for letting me check it out. And if you guys know of another great product from a small company that deserves more attention, then email me at guerrillaminiaturegames@gmail.com or Facebook message me at facebook.com/outofthebasement into the streets, and we'll put it in front of as many people as possible. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for another Widgets and Wonders. Till then, I'm Ash. Happy wargaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. My live shows are on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern time, typically, unless I notify otherwise. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else. And most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.